What are personnel costs in nonprofit grant budgets? Have you ever wondered how nonprofits allocate their funds, especially when it comes to paying their staff? Personnel costs in nonprofit grant budgets play a significant role in this process. These costs refer to the expenses related to salaries, wages, and benefits for staff involved in grant-funded programs. Understanding these costs is essential for effective grant writing and management. When we talk about personnel costs, we are looking at several components. First, there are the base salaries or hourly wages of employees. This also includes payroll taxes, health insurance, retirement contributions, and other employee benefits. All of these expenses add up and can representing a large portion of a nonprofit's budget. One important aspect to note is that personnel costs can be allocated based on the amount of time staff dedicate to the grant activities. For instance, if a program manager spends 50% of their time on a specific grant project, then 50% of their salary would be included in the grant budget. This proportional allocation helps funders see how their money directly supports the people working on the project. In a typical nonprofit grant budget, personnel costs are often one of the largest expense categories. This is because staff members are essential for carrying out the organization's mission and delivering program services. Nonprofits must document each person's role and the percentage of their time devoted to the project. This is often expressed in person months or percentage effort, along with the corresponding salary amount requested. Nonprofits also distinguish between direct personnel costs and indirect costs. Direct personnel costs are those salaries and benefits that are directly tied to the grant project. On the other hand, indirect costs, sometimes referred to as overhead, include administrative expenses like rent and utilities. Funders usually prefer that a significant portion of the grant budget goes toward direct program expenses, including personnel who implement the program. Accurate allocation of personnel costs is vital for compliance and effective grant management. For example, if an executive director spends 25% of their time managing a grant-funded program, then 25% of their salary and benefits should be included as personnel costs in that grant budget. This demonstrates responsible management of funds and ensures fair compensation for the staff effort dedicated to the grant. In summary, personnel costs in nonprofit grant budgets representing the financial resources needed to pay the staff who perform the work funded by the grant. These costs must be clearly justified and appropriately allocated based on the effort put in by each staff member. Balancing these costs with other budget categories is essential for meeting both the nonprofit's operational needs and the expectations of funders.